Hi, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you're watching us from. You're welcome to another edition of the community workshop from SwiftXR. And I know it's been a minute, but it's good to have us back. And yeah, we are back with a lot of interesting features, and we can't wait to share with you. My name is Stella, and I work with community here at SwiftXR. So, like I said, we have a couple of interesting features we'll be sharing with you on today's workshop, and but we would not like to go ahead without having like a proper introduction to SwiftXR. So, just a quick one before we continue. I'd like to say that if you have any questions along the way, please feel free to use the comment section, and we would be able to answer all your questions. All right. So a quick introduction to SwiftXR because we believe at every workshop there's someone that is joining the workshop for the very first time. And before we just go on to share what SwiftXR does and share some interesting features on SwiftXR, we would like to introduce SwiftXR to our first timers here on the community workshop. So a quick one, what are we going to be doing today? We'll take a look at what SwiftXR is. We would check through the use cases we have currently, and of course, we'll move to the live demo, which is the fun part. And yeah, we'll try to go through a couple of things on the platform, and yeah, it should be pretty fun. All right, so quickly, what is SwiftXR? SwiftXR is a no-code web platform that allows you to share projects, your 3D designs or 3D model easily on the web in seconds. Right, you heard that right. That's one of our greatest testimonial in time past, that we give opportunities and easy access to designers, website developers, 3D artists, opportunity to share their designs easily, which saves development costs, development efforts, and also time, right? Which are like very important and essential to every creative out there. So we're not, when you're on the platform, you're not doing anything tedious. You're not even drawing a single line, writing a single line of code. Just drag and drop your designs and share it on the web anywhere around the world. All right. So what's our focus? Basically, we focus on non-technical users. So that means that if you are a non-tech person and you have no background in tech, you can easily use SwiftXR, and you don't have to stress on designs, you don't have to stress on coding, just drag and drop in your designs and you're good to go. And of course, that emphasizes the ease of use of the platform. Um, 3D artists, businesses looking out to boost client engagement. We're going to take a look at our use cases very soon and how those use cases cut across different sectors that SwiftXR comes in, when we're talking about usage, right? So let's move on because this is just like a bit of introduction and just so that you can get familiar with what we do at SwiftXR. The main part is the demo section that we will be going into very soon. All right, so let's take a look at SwiftXR across the web. All right. Yes, so if you have websites on this platform like Bubble, Shopify, Wix, WordPress, you can easily add 3D content on your website with SwiftXR. I think that's pretty interesting, right? Regardless of whether you're creative, a designer, a business owner, whatsoever it is that you do, you can easily add 3D content to your website, via SwiftXR, right? And also, if you are someone that doesn't have access to 3D models and you would like to, use one that is already being made, with the courtesy of Sketchfab, you can easily get access to multiple 3D models or millions of 3D models. And luckily, we have that integration on the platform as well. And also, we have a SwiftXR Asset Store where you can also get more access to 3D models, to suit your design. All right. So, say you're also working with animations and you want to put that on your website, and animations for maybe a character, or you're trying to build your portfolio, you can easily get animations from Ready Player Me, right? Which is also on the Swift Excel platform. And in case you're a 3D artist, right, and you want to share your 3D models, your designs to clients, your community, you do not have to share your entire 3D model, to them, or maybe share or render 2D images of your 3D model. Just simply bring your 3D model to SwiftXR, simply drag and drop it, then share your project code, which would your project URL rather, to your clients, and they can get to view on the web from any part of the world. I think that's pretty interesting. And also, say you are working with creative designs, creative graphic designs, and you want to add in 2D images of your 3D model, you can simply do that with our integration on Canva, and with a very special feature on the SwiftXR platform known as the our Snap feature that allows us to take images and GIFs of your 3D model. All right, so let's continue. So more on SwiftXR across the web, right? If you also have websites and platforms like Ucraft, Formats, Squarespace, Concrete CMS, HubSpot CMS, you can easily embed your project code, right? And with our project code embed feature. For more information on this, on how to use any of and on how to use the embed code on any of these platforms, you could check out our YouTube videos and tutorials, right, that shows you how to easily do that. But yes, this also allows you to share 3D content easily on any of these platforms, right? Not to bore you with a lot of intro, but we'll get across, these slides very quickly, and we will be able to move into our live demo. All right. So, doing more with SwiftXR, there are a couple of interesting additions that make SwiftXR that platform for you as a creative. We have project analytics rather. This allows you to view details about your project, like the number of views it has, where and which country are they viewing your project from, just to show which of your projects is doing well, basically, as a designer. Then you have QR code scanning, right? So, say you're a business owner or a creative and you want to share your designs, with actual people, right? It might be at an event on the road, maybe on a souvenir or a design. You can easily embed your QR code maybe on a plastic or a mesh or clothing item. And when people scan that code, they would have access to your projects, and that would give them more information about that project that you have on there. Then we have you have just one second. Yes, then we have Sketchfab. This gives you access to millions of 3D models, right? That you can share easily that you can use easily for your project, right? So you don't have to stress yourself on having to search for a 3D model to use for your project. I should also say that also on the SwiftXR platform, you can also get your 3D model from request a custom 3D model from the SwiftXR team, and they'll have that delivered to you within 2 to 3 working days. And you can also check our SwiftXR Asset Store, for access to creative, cool, custom 3D models as well, right? And you can also use, say you have an asset, right, and you want to have like an experience, you want to experience, what's it called? You want to see your project in virtual reality. With the link to your headset, you can have that experience easily, also on Swift XR. Okay, so let's wrap this up. We have a couple of features, and one that I will be talking about today is what we have the latest from our engineering team. Kudos to them. But just a couple of features we have on the SwiftXR platform. We have a 3D viewer, we have plane detection, we have NFC 3D viewer. I think we've talked about the avatar earlier on. We have image tracking, we have face tracking, we have 3D carousel. This allows you to add multiple 3D models in one project, right? Then we have the e-commerce 3D viewer. This is more like the what's it called, most used as businesses and as organizations. You can easily convert your products to 3D model and have them shared on the web, or put them on your website, and this can allow your clients to access you from anywhere around the world. All right. Okay, so and also your Heart 3D viewer, right? This allows you to share your artwork in 3D, and also can be viewed in augmented reality from anywhere around the world. Okay, so quickly, let's take a look at the Swift XR use cases that we have currently on. We have real estate. So imagine you building a property and and your clients are not in your current location. They do not have to travel down to see the property. You can easily scan, your property and put them on SwiftXR and share the link to your clients and have them, have a virtual walkthrough, which we call virtual reality. For those that do not know what virtual reality means, this is how you interact with an environment, with a digital element, virtually, while augmented reality allows you to interact with digital elements in your real world space. Okay, so we have real estate, then we have artwork showcase. Like I mentioned earlier on, you can create a virtual exhibition of your artwork where you convert your artwork into 3D model that can be shared in augmented reality. Then e-commerce, which is like we said, the most used, where we have your products converted to 3D and shared easily on the web. All right, and then we are going into the live demo now, which today we'll be looking at how to create immersive experiences with AI-powered image to 3D content. So yeah, this is where I get to share an important and exciting update we have from the SwiftXR platform. And yeah, this is literally going to be pretty fun. We would see how we can generate a 3D model ourselves, right? The most common one we have on the platform is through Sketchfab and through our SwiftXR asset store. But say you have an image that you want to have the image of your products in 3D and you want to have that converted. We're going to see how that works today. From the beginning of converting that image to 3D with the SwiftXR platform and then taking it to your website. All right. Okay. So we're going to come back to questions and answers later. But if you still do have any questions, please feel free to ask, and we would be very happy to answer all your questions. All right. Okay, so let's go into the live demo. I'm just going to share my screen in a minute. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is to ensure that we're going to start with getting a picture of the 3D model that we want to work with. I'm looking at a few samples, so you can just go on Google. It could be the image of your products, whatsoever it is that you're working on. Just have that image. Just have that image saved on your device. Then we will take that to Swift XR. So I'm just going to get this particular image right here, and then head over to swiftxr.io to sign in if you have an account. And if you don't have an account, you can quickly sign up as well. So when you are in the hub, the SwiftXR hub, let's quickly create a project. So even though we're not going to be literally using this project link, because the end goal of this demo is to create a custom 3 model for ourselves and then take it to our website. Say a business owner, and I own a furniture store and I want to set up my website. And for today, we're going to be using the Wix website platform. We have a couple of other plugins, on SwiftXR, and we have video tutorials on all of this as well. But for today's case study, we're going to be using Wix. So let's call this project furniture demo. So it's just basically to have our image converted before we head over to Wix. So let's just create a project. I should also say on the hub, you have a couple of templates that you can easily start with. But because I want to convert an image to 3D, yes, and let me talk more on that feature, which is our recent feature on SwiftXR, right? This allows you to convert an image you drag and drop on the platform to a 3D model. That way, you're not hiring a 3D artist. You're simply converting your image, the image of your picture of your product, to 3D model. So to do this, let's go over to component and select 3D. Then let's drag and drop in the augmented reality component. Okay, let me do that again. Do I have that? Okay, I don't think I have that already. Okay. All right, cool. So once you do that, you have the option to upload a custom 3D model, 3D object or 3D model from your device. You can search SwiftXR Asset Store. You can also request a custom 3D model from SwiftXR. And this is the feature we're going to be using, which is the image to 3D converter. So if you click on that, so as you can see here, we have a couple of 3D model already converted in time past. But because we have to do the demo on this session, we're going to convert an image, the image of that sofa chair we had from earlier on. So click on Create 3D Model. Then let's add in a 3D model from our device. I should have that saved on here. Okay. Yeah. So just drag and drop in that image. So you want to ensure that your image is clear and high quality, right? And with a maximum of 2 MB, just so that there could be easy conversions. Then you want to name this. So let's call this brown sofa chair. Brown sofa chair. Then let's generate that. And that would cost you 5 credits. So you want to ensure that you have credit on there. So this will take a couple of seconds, actually, a couple of minutes rather. So while we wait for our 3D agent to magically turn our image to 3D model, let's go set up our Wix website, right? So what you want to do is to visit Wix website, and then we're going to create a site, a quick site where we can upload our 3D content. For example, particularly as a furniture owner, right, furniture online store owner, I want to have a website where I can easily add in pictures of my products and as well 3D model of my product. Okay, so once you're logged in and you sign up with your account or sign in, so let's create a new site. We're going to be checking in with our model very soon, but let's just set up our website just so that we could have that get going. So what type of website do you want to create? I think an online store would do. An online furniture store, or let's just call it online store. Then so that does take a while. Let's head back to our, okay, we are 45%, so we still have a bit of time. So let's have Wix load up our dashboard. If we have any questions so far, I'll be really happy to answer all our questions, and just so we can all be on the same page. So working with the website on Wix, you want to ensure that since it's a personalized website for your brand, you want to ensure that you have your products, what's it called, uploaded on the platform. But before that, let's set up our store. We could call this the brown furniture store. I don't believe that what's it called? All my products would be brown, but let's just assume that is. We're still trying to set up a couple of info on our store, just so it can be very much realistic, like you setting up your website on any website platform. All right, so let's say physical product, and then to the very last instruction. All right, we're good to go. Continue to dashboard. Okay, and we'll have that loaded. Okay, so like I said, we are setting up a website for our furniture store, right? So we don't want to just work with any kind of products or any kind of pictures or images. So just so that we can have this personalized, right? Imagine if you're selling furnitures online, you want to ensure that the images you have on your website are images of your products, right? So to do this, let's add our first products. Let's add in the products of that furniture. But before that, let's check on our design. Oh yeah, I think we're good to go. So let's have that downloaded so that when we want to link in a 3D model, we can easily access that. All right, cool. We have our sofa here, which of course we can customize in case we have color differences or you have multiple colors, of that particular chair or particular design. So let's see if, yeah, okay, here we go. So, like I said, we don't need to publish this project because we are not necessarily using the link from this project, and we're going to create our own project when we go from Wix, actually. So let's head back to our Wix platform. So let's add in our products, right? Because at the end of this demo, we want to be able to link that 3D model we have to the image that we're going to upload on our website so that when people visit our store, they can see the picture of that chair and also see the 3D model. Or you just want to replace that picture with 3D models in case, depending on whichever suits you. All right, so let's add a new product. So let's say that's a physical product. Okay, so let's give this a bit of name. So let's call this brown chair. And this is the option for you to add images or videos depending on what you're working with. I think we're going to add images of that um, chair or sofa we had on the Sweet Extra platform. So, excuse me. So let's just upload a media from our device. So we're simply going to use the same image of that chair we had earlier on, and let's have that downloaded. Okay, sweet. So once we have that, we can easily add to page. Okay, cool. So just like you have on any other normal website, right? I mean, actual websites, you might want to add in description on of the products you want to sell. We could call this. Does this look like an office chair? Nah, it looks like a chair in a home or something. A single homely sofa chair. Okay. Then you want to add your pricing details. Let's leave this as 4,000 naira. If you're cool with any of the details for your products, then you can go over to save, and that will be saved for you in the product session. Of course, it'll ask you for a bunch of information on how to promote your products. But since we're not doing all of that, just for the demo sake, we can go ahead. So if you check the list of products alongside every other products that we have on here, we have this brown chair. Right. And yes, so once you've uploaded your products, once what you want to do next is head over to the Swift XR editor and then create a project and link it to this particular image. So the project you're linking to this particular image would be the 3D model of this project. All right. So to do that, let's head back to home. Please note that all of this will happen from Wix platform to Swift Exile, right? And that highlights the integration we have, right, on Wix currently. So let's click on design sites and let's select a template on how our website is going to look like. Since I'm not solely a website developer or designer, I'm just going to make do with templates that we already have on here. Um, Okay, I think I didn't specify what kind of stuff I want to sell in my online store. That's the reason why I have a whole bunch of templates across different kinds of products. But let's just make do with any that we have. A simple one we have on here. So let's have that loaded up in a bit. That does take a while. Okay. That is loading up. I should add to the fact that this particular feature, ability to convert images to 3D model, is one of the game changers we have currently on SwiftXR. Yes, there are more other interesting features you should look out for, but then this has the highlight of the moment. You get the opportunity to convert images of your products, images you take on your phone, and just put out on SwiftXR, and let's have that converted easily for you. Okay, so this is what our website looks like, our page looks like. All right, so as you can see, enhance your AI content. That's just, I could skip this for the moment. So as you can see, this is the edit section, right? Which of course, if you want to customize, you'd have to change all of this, the background image, the name to suit the name of your website. But we're basically just going to look at how to add 3D content to your image, right, on your Wix platform. So as you can see, this is why we had to go upload our products first, right, so that that product will be added to the product page. If you do not do this, you would only be able to add your 3D model to existing products that you have on your website. So let's head over to the product page because we're working with this brown image right here, this sofa chair right here. So let's head over to under homes. You can click on product page and let's have that switched up. One thing that we should also note is that recently SwiftXR has made some couple of interesting edits to the Wix platform, which allows you to, for easy usage and, more slicker experience, basically. All right. And this is something that I would also be sharing on this session today regarding the easy reusage of the Wix platform and also some of the improvements SwiftXR has made on the platform on the Wix website, basically. So we're still trying to navigate. Um, we're trying to navigate to the product page, and I think, yeah, this right here is okay. So now that we have our image, which is this brown sofa chair we're working with, we would head over to the right hand side of the editor, right to left, and then we would check under add apps, right? We want to add in the Swift XR viewer, AR 3D VR viewer, right? And this is how this describes our integration with Wix and also gives you the opportunity to head over to the editor from the Wix website platform. So just click in the search button and search for Swift XR. If this is not your first time working with Wix and SwiftXR, you might have access to that. The app would have been, loaded up on your Wix platform. But if this is your first time, you would have to, you would have to add it up by yourself. Okay, let's give that time to load up. Just trying to search. Let's see if we can search in here. Okay, let's take that back. Then go to add addiction. That should automatically bring that up. Let's see if we have it under. So let's search for Swift XR. Let's see if we have that under our manage apps. So that should automatically give you the access to search for the Swift XR app. We're just going to take that again under the app market. Okay, so let's just go back. That should be a network issue. Under add apps. We're trying to upload the Swift XR app on this particular product page, and that is where we'll be able to have access to the Swift XR editor. So okay, that's loading up. Okay, let's just load all that all over again. So let's have that loaded up and we'll just take a quick look at what we have on there. So let's have that loaded up in a bit. And that should take about a second now. And all right, arranging my workspace. All right, we still have our images. We still have our image, our 3D model on here, sitting pretty, and I can't wait to share some interesting customization feature that we can give to this image. Imagine if you have this one product and it has like multiple designs, and you can easily customize that to your effect or to your taste. So let's see what we have on here. Okay, cool. So let's have our products. Okay, our products are back on here. So let's head over to our product page once again. Let's leave that to load up. Okay, we have our brown chair. So this is not actually the product we're working with. Let's see if we can check for that product again. Same under that category page, there's a lineup for the opportunity to get to the product page. So let's just head back in. And this time around, let's click on product page and we would be able to see our products this time around. Okay, product page. Okay, so this is our brown chair right here. Let's have that selected. Okay, so I want to believe that we have our Swift Textile Widgets 3D Air Viewer app already added here. And how I got to know that, I think from the other trials we made, is this widget popping up, right? So if you just follow through the process I did the other time, that must have been a network issue or something, right? So let's go through the same process that we did the other time. Let's have add apps just to have our SwiftXR 3D AR viewer on there. Then let's search for the SwiftXR. All right, the SwiftXR 3D AR viewer, and there we have it. So that would be loaded up, and you'll be able to add it to your website. So click on Add to Site to install that. You have some couple of agreements content which you have to add and agree to move on to the next part. So at this point, there's going to be a link between your SwiftXR platform and your website. So this is currently adding the SwiftXR 3D AR viewer on your website. All right. So if you look at the settings up here on the Swift Excel widgets, if you click on it, it will give you access to how you want to run your mode, right? In terms of how you want your Swift Excel viewer to appear on your website. You have the direct embed, right? And this is the feature I talked about when it comes to Swift Excel, making the platform more easily used, that allows you to easily use the Wix platform in conjunction with SwiftXR. So direct embed allows you to, embed your project, your 3D model on any part of your website. So this time around, you don't have to work with the product page. You want to make this 3D model to appear any part of your website, on any part of your website, you can use the direct embed. While the Wix store allows you to assign a 3D model to a particular product, right? And this is the where the upgrade comes in as a business person, where you just don't want to have 2D images of your products, but you want to add 3D model of that product. So you're going to make sure you're using the Wix store as the Wix store mode. Let's just resize this before we go. So you have two options. You can decide to place your widget below your image, and you can decide to cover it up. For this business owner working on this website right now, I think I prefer to just cover it up. Yes, I know some people may prefer that clients get to see the image of the model they're working with before they get to see the 3D model. But this is my preference. If you desire to have image, then 3D model, then that's fine. Okay, so let's head into the dashboard and let's see how that would work out. This is where you make in your edits. You mostly make your edits, create your 3D model of your products, and then link it to that particular product image. All right, so quickly, that will give you an option to do that in a minute. Okay, so let's head into the Swift XR hub. And luckily for us, we have converted our image to 3D model earlier on. So this time around, we're literally just publishing our project and then bringing in our link over here. So let's create a new project. So let's call this the brown furniture. And let's create that project. Okay, cool. Let's head over to components under 3D. Once dragged in the augmented reality feature, this allows you to then upload your image, then upload your 3D model. And of course, we're using the image we've converted earlier on. So head over to image to 3D section, and you will see your brown sofa chair, the one we converted earlier on. Let's click on that and have that downloaded. All right, cool. Now, with our chair in place, I do not just want to show my clients one section of my 3D model. So imagine if I want to maximize that section of my website and I want to add multiple designs of my product. Say I have this chair in black, in brown, and I want to show all of that. Just head over to the right-hand side of the editor and click on customization options. Right, this will allow you to add in color variants. So let's say that this chair also has existing color black. Yeah, we have that in color black. So let's go on to add another variant. So let's say we have this as well in color brown. Then we have color 2, which is color brown. Then you could also add base texture, right, to your design. This also comes in handy for a fashion designer or a creative, right? And you want to show in, you want to have textures on your design. Just simply drag and drop in those textures if you have it already. So I think I have a couple of designs. This can come in for furniture, chairs, outfits, whatsoever it is that you can easily create textures for. Let's see how this looks on my chair. And of course, you can get this online as well. Right. I don't know if any company uses this existing design, but yeah, we have that. We could add in one more before we go ahead to publish our projects, and let's link that up. Okay, so let's use this green. All right, cool. You can also reduce the tiling of your textures, right? Just so that it can look a little bit slicker. All right, cool. So when you're done with the designs, you can just hit publish, and this will make your project go live, and you can easily share your project code and project link, project URL easily on the web. So this will as well take 5 credits. So in case you do not have credits on your platform or on your account, you can easily make use of a payment plan. You have a free trial before you get to, pay. That's if this is your first time. So let's go ahead to copy our project link. So this is where it does get interesting. On this part of the editor, you'd see link 3D product entry. Click on that, and this is where you would paste that link. Then remember we said we're using the weak store mode, right? This allows you to assign a 3D model to a particular product. So thankfully, we've also uploaded our picture, the picture of our product earlier on. So let's simply look for a brown chair. Then we would assign that quickly. Okay, cool. This is the very last one. Then let's add that image right there. So once you're done adding your products, just click on save, and your 3D model should, pop up on the side, as well as the multiple color designs that you have. Can you see how handy this comes, right? That your customers and clients can see multiple designs of the same product. All right, so once you're done working on the dashboard, you can easily quickly close this up, then publish your project first, publish your website rather, that's on Wix website, to see your 3D model on your website, right? So this is what makes it easy for you to access your 3D model on your site. So let's head over to what's it called, our site, and let's take a look at how that looks. Okay, so this is our particular project. So you want to click on it, and a 3D model should load up very soon. Yep, and there we have it. So like I said, you can decide that your 3D model can come in by the side, but I would prefer that it covers this up entirely. So let's just see if we can have that moved to the side or something. Let's see how that looks. So let's publish again. Just to give my viewers who would prefer that, they want to see their images and the 3D model side to side. So let's over to the product page. All right, cool. And there we have it. Okay, thinking of it, I think I prefer this. I'm seeing the image and I'm seeing the 3D model as well. All right, cool. And that's it basically on how to easily create images, convert images from images to 3D model, and then use it to create your website, say as an e-commerce business owner, whatsoever thing you're selling online. You can easily do this, simply using our image to 3D converter, right? If we have any questions while trying it out, you could check out our Discord channel, right? And we'll be able to provide any form of support for you concerning any question that you basically have. And yeah, how time flies. We've come to the end of today's workshop. Feel free to ask any questions if you have, and we will be able to guide you through every process that you have while working on the SwiftXR editor. All right, till we meet again next time. And next time is something you should also look out for, as we have other interesting features we'd like to share with you. We'd also want to hear from you, your comment feedback on, the image to 3D converter if you do try it out. All right. Yeah. I'll be signing up now. We would see and catch up when next we do. Bye for now.